Okay, the session is officially on recording, and I want to say good morning wherever you are joining us from. I don't know, some people, whether you are it's evening or it's night where you are, but where I am here is it's 5 minutes past 10 here in London, and I know it should be 5 minutes past 11 in Nigeria. So welcome to our boot camp. We used to be called Digital Technology Business School, but now we're UniF. So welcome to UniF boot camp. This is the first training we're starting for this year, and I want to welcome you. So in this session, you guys are not much, so with that, we're going to know ourselves very well. Hopefully, I will know all of you. And there are times where I've had a class where we're 2,000 people. I tried as much as I could. I mastered at least 500 people. I mastered their names. So, and this is going to be a hands-on. Hands-on means that it's more practical. I don't teach theories. I don't like theories. The world is more practical than theory, so it's going to be more practical. By the time you finish, you should be able to handle a project on your own or as a team. That is the focus. And I want you to know that this is a leadership training. We are training you to become a leader. The project manager is a leader. He's a leader that you lead a team of people to manage resources. It's not just for you to come and be part of a team. You are not coming, we are not training you to become a part of a team. A project manager is a leader. All these big projects, you see, gigantic bridge, airports, factories, estates, this and that. They are being managed by people like you. When you finish project manager, they are all projects. You see a big activity like a whole country is having election. Election is a project. Somebody sitting on that election, the electoral officer, the INEC chairman is nothing. There's nothing like chairman. He's just a project manager. Simple. You see Nigeria as a big country, very complex country. You see a president sitting on top of Nigeria, managing Nigeria. Nigeria is a project. He's just managing a project. Then you see you cooking a small pot of Indomie. It's still a project. So a project can be very big, a project can be very small. But what makes the difference is who is managing that project. So the way you manage small projects could be the way you manage big projects. We apply techniques, we apply methodology, we apply tools. And that is the difference. So other people might not be able to be applying all these techniques, methodologies, tools. That makes them quack project managers. But because you are trained to apply the right methodology, the right tools, the right techniques, you know when to use the relevant, that's what makes you a professional project manager. Yeah. So I've got experience both in the field, both in the school, both in everywhere. I've got diverse experience as a project manager. I've been training project managers for more than 5 years now. I've been training them and I've been seeing them succeed. And as I believe you are going to succeed because there are so many jobs out there for project managers, so many of them. Project manager is the most in-demand career today. Sometimes when people ask me that, Mr. Charles, they say that project management is, it cannot be saturated. It can be saturated because we are handling projects every day. We are starting a new project every day. It can be saturated. There are more technologies, more events. The world keep on developing. The more we develop, the more it's become a project. Like developing countries, underdeveloped, if you come to people, a place like Nigeria, project management has not even been scratched because we have not done anything in Nigeria. The country is not yet developed. There's a lot of things that need to be done. And whenever we come together to plan on how to do something, achieve something, it's a project. So it can never be saturated. Whether you are working as an IT project manager, event project manager, construction project manager, whichever projects management can never, is a career that will grab and you'll be proud of yourself you did. We've been training on data analysis, business analysis, and others, but project management have got the highest rate of success stories. If some of you who are serious here, before we finish this boot camp, you are going to get a job. It's not about wishing you well. Before you join, I've already wished you well. But I'm telling you the realities of this. If you are serious, from now to the next 4 months, you'll be working as a project manager. It's not about prayers. Yeah, prayer work. But prayers without hard work, I don't see. There is no more manners. And what we are doing here is practical hard work. So if you continue to join, if you do what I ask you to do, if you try to be at the forefront, you try to engage, don't just come here and watch and go. So that is the thing I want to ginger us from the beginning so that you can get a job. I love return on investment, and I want whatever investment you've made here, your time, your money, whatever sacrifice, I want return on that investment. Yeah. So, having motivated us, the thing we are going to look at today, we are going to look at kind of induction and introduction. What we are going to use, tools, platforms we are going to use for this boot camp and introduction to project management. We are going to be having this back to back till the end of this week. Tomorrow we are still going to have it at this time. Next tomorrow we are going to, I plan to bombard you, but it's for your own good. You know? So I hope you are ready. You guys are ready for me. If you are not ready for this bombardment, you let us know.
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah, but I'm going to attack you guys seriously. Believe me. Yeah. Okay. Let's start. I'll start sharing my screen so that I'll show you tools and platform we are going to use. Okay. The first thing you are going to receive every day that we join this is going to be my lesson notes. I don't teach with slide. I don't teach with board. I teach with lesson notes from Google Doc. That's the the lesson note I use. And once I finish teaching, I'll make my notes available. If you're in a university, we'll call it handouts. You pay for it. But here, you don't pay for it. You don't pay for a handout. That is number one. When we are teaching, we are recording. And once we finish recording, it's going to be uploaded in a course portal where you have an account. Very soon after this hour, I'm going to prompt you people to go and sign up in our course portal, because that is where what we are going to be using to manage this boot camp. You go to the course portal, you sign up, create an account, you can log in, watch video, do your assignment, do everything, and after the boot camp, you download your certificate. So I don't issue certificate. Your certificate is there. Once you complete the boot camp, you download it. So that is it. So we are going to be uploading the videos and the notes on the course portal. So course portal is very, very important. You sign up so that you can always go back. Even if you are working or you are not joining today, you can always go back and watch recorded videos to catch up with whatever you missed. Yeah, that's number one. Number two is the course portal. This course portal will be using this course portal for more than 7 years now, and is very, very good. Yeah, we'll be using it. Yeah, but we'll have a more scalable version we want to use. This is our, so if you want to, after this, if you want to join, you see here, you join. I will see here, you come here, I'll create an account, I will create a boot camp where you are just going to go in. And you see, if you see this, all these are boot camps. We've finished. All of them here, they are boot camps we've concluded. So they're all boot camps we've concluded. So you're going to go and create your own, create a boot camp for this particular team, and you guys are going to log in there and follow up. So it's not difficult. Just a platform. You just go there with your email and password. That's all you need. You come here, join. You come, you fill this. This is sign up page. You fill in the sign up page, and you create an account. So, and then you join our bootcamp. That's all you need. It's not gonna take you 10 minutes, 5 minutes to finish signing up. Once you sign up, you will enroll. And once you enroll, you have access to everything. It's very easy to do. And after that, you can be watching videos, doing every other thing. So that is the course portal here. We'll be using this for, but recently we are planning to migrate to this one. We've not finished building this one. We've not started using it. Yeah, as you can see, we've just we want to expand. So this one is more stronger than the other one. It can do a lot of things. It's more scalable. Yeah. So by the time we finish, we'll decide, because this is not been tested, I'll just see which one. Either we continue to use our old course portal, which is or this, but I'm going to see which one we're going to use. But the point I'm making here is that we're going to use a course portal, either our old course portal or our new course portal, whichever one, but we're going to use a course portal. The same way you log into the other one is just the same way you log into this one. They have the same infrastructure, but the only thing is that they are built with different technology. You know, the different, like the other one, we use iron to build the other one, and we use copper to build the other one. They all fabrics. So that is the only difference. This one is built on Laravel. The other one is built on Cobignite. Yeah, for those who are developers, they understand what I'm saying. It doesn't end here. This is for you to manage your bootcamp, this training. Within this training, you are going to have a project you are going to manage. And this is where you are going to be managing your projects. So you can see we have different platforms, so you understand. So this is project platform. This is project management platform. We call it FreeCamp. It's different from the course portal. Course portal is just to manage the bootcamp, videos, training, assignment, and that is it. But within this bootcamp, you are going to manage a project. So you and your team are going to come here to manage. These are various projects. Will be projects and projects and projects and projects. So many projects will go here. So lots projects were managed in the past. So many of them.
Mr. Charles, I can't see your screen. I don't know if it's only me. Sorry.
It should be you.
I can
Is there any
see.
other one who is not seeing?
I think it's your network. If you log out and come back in. I can see the screen.
All right, thank you. Okay, thank you. Let me log out.
Okay. So yeah, this is the course, the project platform. We're going to be using it. Yeah, good. It's not only this. You are going to manage a project. So you are going to create. This is just this platform. We call it FreeCamp for project collaboration. A team collaborates on their projects using this platform. So that is it. You see the way they use this to manage their projects here. So it's for project collaboration, for team. So that is what we do here. But for you to plan your project, call it project planning. We need a project planner, a project management planning tool. And this is it. We are going to use this called Project Labor. It's not the only project planner we have out there in the market, but this is free. So why I'm saying it, I don't want anybody to say I couldn't produce a project plan because I couldn't afford the software. If you want to get Microsoft project plan, it can cost you some money. To subscribe for 1 year, I think is up to £400 or dollars, which I know you alone is even costlier than the whole bootcamp. You know, when we started, I was using it. It scared a lot of people away. A lot of people couldn't afford it. You know, so I have to find a way, and grace of God, we find this Project Labor. It's exactly like Microsoft. Everything about Microsoft, and it's free, totally free. Yeah, you need to download it and save it on your laptop. You are going to be using it. It's desktop version we are going to use. If you want to use their cloud version, then you need to pay. It's not free. So, but the That version is 100% free. So you don't need to worry. So when we get to every of these platform or every of these tools, we are going to have a small workshop to teach you how to use it. Yeah. Then it doesn't end there. We have another platform called Jira. We're going to use Jira as well. Jira is for agile project management. So, yeah, that's what we're going to use for project delivery. So call it Agile, Jira, Scrum for Scrum projects. What it means is when we are starting, we are going to start our project on a methodology called waterfall, and we'll manage it from initiation to planning, and once we get to execution, we move to Agile. And with the Agile, we are going to use Jira. So, projects, labor and create calm from initiation. This is initiate stage, from initiate stage to planning stage to execute stage. Once we get to this execute stage, we come to Jira to finish it up. And once we finish, this is the only thing we are going to do on Jira, execute stage. After the execute stage, we come back here and close our project. So we're combining different tools to manage a project. So by the time you finish this, that's what we call becoming project manager. It does not end there. Let's see. We are going to do an internship. So this platform is our social media platform. It is just like Facebook and Twitter put together, you know. So we are planning, we've been working on this, we have been building this for years now, and we are going to launch it this year. So it's called Chant Up. So that is where you are going to be. It's registered social media platform. It's registered in Nigeria, and this is where you are going to be doing your internship. So any project you are going to manage, they are going to give us a project. We are going to manage on their behalf. So after then, you are on your CV, you are going to put on your CV, you have an experience working for Chantup as a junior project manager. That is a big gap in your CV currently. You do not have any experience. I've seen so many people, they have gone there to do project management training, but companies are not just looking for your skills. They want to see experience. Most of them, they are more interested in that your experience, how you have navigated organization challenges, because you are going to work with a lot of stakeholders, and all these stakeholders, they are going to be very difficult people, a lot of difficult stakeholders out there. It's not easy to navigate them. So you might be a first class material in handling all these tools, but you can meet a very, stubborn stakeholder that will delay your project, even crash your project. So the way you handle human being is one other aspect of project management. Managing stakeholders, they are difficult. So these are the things different platforms, organizations. You are going to do this. I plan for us to finish all this in less than 3 months. It should be done. Go with this and do our internship and go get the job. Yeah. So that is it. I hope it's not overwhelming. You're going to juggle from one platform to another platform. Yeah, that is the way we manage. And that is the way, when you finish here, if you go out there, I've just given you the real life scenario of what you are going to see out in outside world as a project manager. You cannot see anything different from what I've shown you. Working in a team, you and your team, working in an organization. From the organization, you'll be managing projects. Like a group like this, you'll be managing projects as a team. And as a team, you are going to be using tools like Project Labor. You are equally going to be using tools like Jira to manage your project. That is it. Yeah. So, I think we are a bit comfortable with all these tools, and so let's quickly try to understand project management. But if you still have any question based on what we've done so far, you can ask question. Ask me a question. Yeah. So, if you have any question based on what we've done, you can ask me. Yeah. Okay. Let's try to understand project management. What is project management? Yeah, we've seen all the platforms. So what we need now is the skills to go deliver the project or chart up. Before we finish, they are going to tell us what to do for them. They are going to give us what we call project brief. Project brief is a document that outlines what the company wants to do, what the project is all about. It can be oral, it can be documented. So by the time we finish our training, we are going to get a project brief. And within the training, we are going to understand more what project brief is and how to create a project brief. But for now, the main thing is to understand project management, which is very, very important, because so many of us might not just understand what project management is. By definition, project management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities to meet project requirements. Just like I've been saying, all these platforms, all these people I mentioned, stakeholders, tools working for ChantUp, we need knowledge, and that's why we started building this knowledge base for you. The knowledge base is very, very essential for you. That's why we have that course portal. And in that course portal, there's so many people out there, they will give you, once your boot camp is finished, you will not have access to their course portal. But our own, I'm giving everybody live access. As long as we are in business and that web portal is hosted, you can always visit and access, because we need knowledge base. We need something to fall back on. We need fresher courses at times. So this is an application of this knowledge, skills we are acquiring here, tools. All these tools I've been telling you about, you need to apply them to this activity. Techniques, all these techniques like stakeholder management, stakeholder analysis is a technique, racing metrics, we are going to meet them, they're all techniques. We are going to apply all these tools, knowledge, skills, and techniques to project activity. Why are we applying to meet project management or project requirement? Every project has a requirement. There's something they want you to achieve. And if you do not apply all these skills, you are not going to meet up with this requirement. So it involves initiating, planning, and executing and monitoring. I'll show you people's stages in Freight Camp, stages where you initiate. I told you that at that initiate stage, that's when you start the project. Then you plan the project. Then you execute the project. Then you close the project. Some people call it, give it a 4 stage, 5 stages. Yeah, but I make my own is 4 stages. There's a stage called monitoring and control. Some people tend to handle monitoring and control as a separate stage. But for me, monitoring and control should encompass the whole other stage, because even during the initiate stage, when you are initiating the project, you still monitor, you still control. During planning, you still monitor, you still control. During the execution, you monitor and control. And during the closure stage, you monitor and control as well. So, is involve initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and control, and closure of the projects. Why are you doing all these things? Why all these activities? You need to achieve a specific goal defined within 3 constraints. There are these 3 constraints. Everything we are doing is to manage these 3 constraints. You can call it constraints, you can call it elements. They are time, timeline, scope, and budget. Everything you are doing in that project, every project must have a time bound, a timeline, duration. If anybody giving you a project and is not telling you when that project is coming to an end, the person doesn't know project management. From the time you are starting, you should know the estimated duration. When we are starting, all of what you should ask me, or when you want to join this bootcamp, is how long is this bootcamp going to end? To be how long? What is the duration? I tell you 4 months. I tell you 3 months. You see now, expected duration is between 3 to 4 months. So you know the duration. In a project, you know. So even if you have anything you are planning, a company will tell you, we want this software to be implemented within 6 months. After 6 months, the project should come to an end, because they want at the 7th month, they want to use it. Somebody will come and tell you, I want you to manage my wedding. You know, from the day of planning, they tell you, I want you to take 6 months and plan my wedding. My wedding is going to be on 25th of December. So you have 6 months from now to 25th to plan it. You already know that it's by. So if you are planning and you are exceeding the timeline, you know it doesn't make sense that you want somebody to shift their wedding to 30th because you couldn't meet up. You are not a good project manager. No matter what, you can't tell somebody to move their wedding. Yeah. So we've already given you time. So it is that way. Every other project. That's why timeline is very, very important. If you are thinking, if it doesn't make sense in this way, then let's look at another scenario. During COVID-19, government want everybody to be vaccinated within 3 months because they are expecting the next wave of COVID-19. Government will give you all the resources, everything you need, but they want it in 3 months. They want in 3 months everybody living in Bakin and that now to be vaccinated. So everybody living in Abuja or Enugu or Port Harcourt should be vaccinated within 3 months. Because in the 4th month, it has been predicted that in the 4th month, the next wave of coronavirus is going to be very massive. That is a project, a very big project. It's a national disaster, a national crisis, a national project. So why I'm telling you this for you to know the importance of timelining. You don't play with timeline. Because very soon now I'll ask you people to do a project. Some people will come back to me, Mr. Charles, give us extra time. Why are you asking me for extra time? You're already failing. If I tell you to do this in 2 months, you have to do it in 2 months. So that is it. Nigeria invited you after showcasing your CV. You are very good to handle their election in 2027. You give a date has been said that presidential election is going to be on so day. Everybody, whole nation is waiting to go cast their votes. You, the project manager, you come and tell them, so no, it's not going to hold on May 27 to because I'm not ready. Let's push it. You know, do you know what you're talking about? That's what they were going to ask you. The whole nation is a project, it's a simple project. So you can find yourself managing that kind of project. This national project. So project is not just a software development. Project is project. So you have to see it that way. What I'm trying to is for you to understand the importance of timeline. You might just see timeline here, it looks you see the word here, just how many letters here is very small. Yeah, it means a lot in project management. And come to this scope. Scope is boundaries. Boundaries. Every project has a boundaries. Understand what you are asked to cover. Don't cover what you are not asked to cover. Okay. They tell you we want presidential election and senatorial election to happen on the same day. That's what they want you to do. Then you, claiming to be a first-class project manager, you go and add gubernatorial election on that day as well. What are you? What are you? A first-class project manager? No. That is out of scope. You have moved out of boundary. This is not what the stakeholders want you to do. Now, there is a pandemic going on, and they say vaccinate all the adults, people between the age of 18 upwards, and you go there and start vaccinating all the children. What is it? What do we call it? Can somebody give me the name of what you've done in this scenario? Am I alone in this class?
We're here.
No,
So
we're here.
what do we call it?
We are here, sir.
They ask you to vaccinate people between the age of 18 and above, and some of your project team members start vaccinating people of 16 years, 14 years. What do we call it?
Provazilius.
No.
Did you understand
Went
the
outside the
objective
school.
of the
This scope creep.
Yeah, somebody saying scope. It's called scope creep.
Scope creep.
It's out of scope.
Okay.
So many of you are going to do that. You don't need to do that. You know, don't. That's why you are going to understand the scope. It's very important before you start a project. Understand the scope. Now, I asked you to build a website for us. And I told you in that website, I want that website to have 10 pages. In our website to have 10 pages. And you and your team and go and create a 20-page website. It doesn't matter how beautiful it looks, but that is not what you are asked to do. Stick to the scope. Skip within the scope. There's a scope there. So many softwares we are going to be implementing, like ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning software. You guys are going to be implementing all this very soon. A company asks you, for instance, in Microsoft Dynamics, Business Central, they have so many modules. But the company asks you, we want finance module. You go there and implement finance module and equally add CRM on it and equally add project management module on it. Is that what they ask you to do? They know that even HR is there. But any module you add is money, extra money. So they ask you to implement finance module, you go and add HR module, so making it 2. Where do you want them to get the money? You come back and tell them the budget is not enough. They will ask you, how is the budget not enough? You say, because I've added HR module, because I think it's good. Is that what they ask you to do? Because you think it's good. Now, you are out of scope. Now, it has affected your budget. Now,
Timeline.
because you need to do more work, you are now struggling with your timeline. Do you see the way you've messed yourself up?
Yes, sir.
So that's why you need to understand scope and budget. When we agree on a budget, don't think you are going to come back. They've gone to market to do the costing. And think after the costing, we agree that if we finish this project within 6 months or 4 months, yeah, this amount of money is going to be enough. We don't think inflation is going to affect this within this. If we say, okay, maybe 1 year, maybe we say within this 1 year, there might be inflation, price of things might. So, but we know that within 4 months, there is no inflation can affect whatever we are doing. So, in 4 months, we think £10,000 can do this. Is when you start deviating from the plan. You don't know your scope. You are playing around with your timeline. Because you hired people to work with you, you hire the developers to work with you, and you pay them on every day they come to work. If we say that it's 4 months and you couldn't finish in 4 months, if it's entering the 5th month, you're still gonna pay developers, you're still gonna pay other people working. Where are you going to get the money? So you must know how to handle these 3 key constraints in order to remain safe in your project. As a project manager, you are here to manage resources. A chunk of resources, you need to manage that resources to achieve something, and within a time frame. That is what we are doing there. There's nothing again about project management. Simple. Where we are going to have problem is you think you are going to use your head to crack everything. Say, it's not by, we have tools. That's why you need to go use project planner like project labor. It's going to have, everything will be, use technology to handle everything, and everything will look so transparent. You see your team, all of you will be there. You see what everybody is doing. You see those who are not doing their jobs. You assign resources, you assign time to everybody. You follow it up. You know when everybody is supposed to finish what they are supposed to do. If they are not finishing, you're following them up to know why they are not finishing what they are supposed to do. So these are what you need to do as a project manager. You see, we are still within the definition, and we are breaking it down, we are getting it. So it's important. Why I'm taking my time on this definition, because you need to understand it at this point. If you miss it at this point, you might be struggling. I don't want anybody to struggle. So that is project management for us. So yeah. So let's move to why project management is very important. Why? The importance. Project management plays a crucial role in ensuring the successful delivery of projects across various industries. It helps organizations achieve their objectives. Yes, that's why they don't want to give it to anybody, because the person will come and bring crisis to the organization. They want somebody who is a trained project manager that will apply all the project management principles, rules, techniques, methodology. Yeah. So it helps organizations to achieve their objectives by ensuring project goals are clearly defined and aligned with the organizational objective, optimizing the allocation of resources to maximize efficiency and minimize cost. Optimizing the allocation, yeah. What you are coming there to handle is resources, money, time, effort. These are resources. You are going to optimize. How do you combine all of them together to make sure that there is no more, there will be no supplementary budget. At least we are giving you 10,000. They even want you to come back and say, yeah, this project is supposed to be a 4 months project, 10,000 pounds, but I deliver this project in 3 months and we'll have a change of 2,000. Instead of 10,000, we deliver it with 8,000, and you check, they've tested the quality of the project outcome, and everything is perfect. This is what they are looking for. Minimizing cost, not asking for supplementary budget. So project management is important because it facilitates effective communication and collaboration among the project stakeholders. If you are a good project manager, you know what we call stakeholder management. We use stakeholder analysis. We are coming to that. So you have good relationship with your stakeholders. Project is full of risk. If you are not a project manager, it's going to be difficult for you to understand what is risk and manage it. So if you are a good project manager, you are going to understand how to use all these techniques for mitigating risk and addressing challenges proactively to minimize disruption. So if you are a good project manager, you should always see when the risk, you should see a risk when the risk is about to form. It's about to form, you see it is becoming risky for this project. You see that here that Ngozi, who is supposed to be handling a key event, Ngozi is not always coming to work. Tomorrow, I'm not feeling well. Tomorrow, this and that. And next tomorrow, another excuse. If I'm the project manager, I will just be looking at, well, I don't deal. This woman won't crash our project. Yeah, I'll call Ngozi and say, are you sure you want to be part of this project? Or simple. There's no emotion. No emotion here. Everything is straight to the, plan. So you should be able to identify risk when they are coming. Those who do not deliver, you see, delay. Project activity. What you are supposed to submit your work today, and what you're telling me is not ready. That is delay. When you have delay twice, it's going to affect your timeline. Your budget will start suffering. Everything will start shaking. So that is risk. There's what we call risk management in project management. We use red log. We use risk register. These are some of the techniques we are going to learn. If you are not trained, you are not going to understand all this. I built a house, and the person that I gave the money to build the house for me happened to be a close family member. And the close family member, wanting to favor his friend who do not have a job, a lawyer, a very intelligent lawyer, he asked the intelligent lawyer to handle the project. When I came to supervise, I just look, this is not what I want. This is not what I asked. This is not the house I wanted to build. Because I have to ask a question. And because they used, the lawyer has been there. He's a lawyer, but he has experience, but he's gone to site, he already handles some. He's not a lawyer, he's not a project manager. He's not an engineer. He wasn't trained. And me just coming there at first look, I know that this is not what I want. This is not what I bargained for. What the point am I making? We have so many project managers out there, people managing different projects. They are not project managers. They are causing a lot of confusion out there. You go out there, that's more reason in Nigeria we talk about abandoned projects. If you go to Nigeria, you see so many abandoned projects. Abandoned projects. You ask them to bring a quote, they'll give you a quote. I wanted to build a house, wanted to build a duplex, and I asked them to give me a quote. They gave me a quote. They told me that 50 million is going to build this house. I say, yeah, I'll give you 50 million. You finish this duplex. I say, yeah, I even have change. It's okay. I said, let's get started. And we get started. The house is not even We've not even gone have to, we just finished the decking and they start asking, I said, what do you mean? This is not our agreement. This I say, God, not be like that now. You know, say, this is not what I want. I don't want to hear this kind of language. Somebody have budgeted the amount of money agreed for these projects. I'm not expecting to be putting any more money on that project. I want to tell you the reason why we see a lot of abandoned projects. That particular incident affected that building because that was not my plan. I don't want to pull money from another project and put it on another project. That's why you see so many roads. Government will start the road and government will abandon it. At times, it's not the government's fault. It's because the project, we don't have qualified project manager because in Nigeria, how many schools is teaching project management self? Let's start from how many universities? I went to University of Nigeria. Throughout the time I was in University of Nigeria, there is no course, there is no department called project management department. This is where we should have serious activities going on, serious learning going on. But we're a very stupid country that we don't want to improvise. We have so many professors. I don't know what they are professing, but you see that these are what the society need. But we don't care. All those things the society need, this is where we should be putting our efforts. You see people, they are promoting archaeology, they are promoting history department, this and that. But we don't need some of all those things. Why do we don't need them? The things we need, we don't have even a department for it. A project is something that happens every day in our life. As a matter of fact, if you come to university, well, there's what we call general courses, GS courses. In GS courses, they start teaching you about humanities. They start teaching you about natural science. Things you can never use in your life. Once you're out of that department, even till the rest of your life in the university, after the university, you will never make use of it till you die. Why would they teach you that? And things you use every day, they will not teach you that. Why will our country not collapse? It's not everything is not the presidential problem. We have professors, but once you want to talk about them, everybody will start the professors. So these are where the problems. So project management is extremely important. It should be something we even learn in secondary school. Teach children how to plan their life. It's all about planning yourself. So a good project management provides structured approach to project execution, leading to improved project outcome and customer satisfaction. Yeah. So let's look at key concepts and terminologies and key roles, and we should be able to round it off for today. Yeah, so I'm going to be a bit fast now. So key concepts and terminologies. So in project management, we are going to be hearing these keywords. Be ready to hear all these keywords. We have projects. What is a project? A project is a temporal endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. That is project. We'll be talking about project management, but we might not even know what is project. So project is a temporal endeavor. It must create a unique product, service, or result. Temporal is that it must have a beginning and it must have an end. There's nothing like infinite project. No project that is endless. It must have a timeline. Project management is another keyword we are going to be hearing. Is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, techniques to project activities to meet project requirements. Triple constraint. We already talk about triple constraint: time, cost, and scope. These are the three primary factors that constrain a project. If you handle any of them, if you don't handle any of them, you are going to find yourself in trouble. So you must make sure that you're on top of your game. You can only be on top of your game when you have your time in control, you have your budget in control, and you have your scope in control. Managing these constraints is essential for project success. And we have stakeholders. I've told you about stakeholders. These are the people that you work with all the time. They are individuals or groups who have interest in that project, or people that project might be impacted on. Stakeholders can be people who are working within the same organization. We call them internal stakeholders. People who work in the same team, they are team members, they are stakeholders. We call them internal stakeholders. Then we have external stakeholders who are not even within the company. They can be suppliers, people supplying goods or vendors. They can be local authorities, regulatory bodies that regulate the project activities, like health and safety body, local council. Here, before you can even do boom, you must get a permit from the local council. Anything you want to do, you must get a permit from the local council. They are all project stakeholders. So you must know how to handle them. So we're coming to stakeholder analysis and management. And then we'll have a project manager, and that is you. You are the individual responsible for leading. You see here, they say leading. They didn't say individuals responsible for being part of a project. I want you to get it very right. You are not part of a project. You are leading. You are the driver. You are not conductor. You are the captain. You are not. So once you call yourself a project manager, you should know that anywhere you are the leader. Anything called a project, you are there, you are the leader. If you guys are in your house, and they say, let's prepare Christmas meal, and they say, you are leading that Christmas, you are the leader there. It doesn't matter if your mother is there or your father is there, as long as you are the person in charge of that cooking, you are the leader. So project management, you are the leader. So you lead project team and ensure successful delivery of the project objectives. And again, we come to the rules. When we want to execute a project team will have a role everybody needs to have. So in that role, we'll have project manager, just like you are the leader. You lead the project responsibly for overall planning and execution and delivery. That's what you do, you lead the project. Then we'll have project team members. You cannot be in the project alone. So others are team members. You are the project leader. So you are driving. They are in the bus. You are driving. Everybody is in the bus. They are team members. They are individuals with specific skills and expertise assigned to work on various project tasks. These are your team members. Then we have stakeholders. Everybody in that project is a stakeholder. If the project affecting me, I may stay, even if I don't have anything to contribute, but at the end of the day, when you finish building whatever you are building, I'm the person that are going to use it. I'm a stakeholder. If you are building a real estate, some of you do not know who are the stakeholders. You are building a very real estate, and you see tenants coming there to say, when are we going to the rent this? You say, get out of here, get out from here. What are you doing? No, you don't do that. They are stakeholders. You are building an estate. Are you building an estate for spirits to come and live there? Human beings. So they are the people you are building real estate for, because they are people coming there to rent. You are a big man building it. Are you going to build it? So they are the stakeholders, because they are the people they are the tenants. So they are stakeholders, although they are not invested any money there, but these are the people you are targeting. They are the stakeholders. So we call them here end users or customers, and they have sponsors as well, like me sponsoring, bringing out the money, say I want you to do, I'm the project sponsor, so that is it. Sponsors, individuals or group that provide financial resources and support for the project, often at senior project manager level. And yeah, this is project role, projects within the project. Then another roles I want us to see is career outside within the project, like now project management as a career. We have, it's not only project management or project managers will have, they will have other roles you can work as when you finish this training. So as a career, not as within the project, we have other roles called project manager. Is always number one in the project. We have senior project managers, but they're all project managers. So know it, project managers. They are responsible for overseeing entire project life cycle from initiation to closure, ensuring that the project objectives are met on time and within the budget and according to quality standard. Yeah. So the lead team develop project plan, allocate resources, manage risk, and communicate to the stakeholders. Then we have project coordinators. Project coordinators. I'm expecting you guys, if you are very sharp, by end of this week, you should be ready to start applying as a project coordinator. But I will make it next week, because if you manage to handle projects, labor, project planner, by this week, you should be able to start applying as a project coordinator. A project coordinator is like assistant project manager. You assist the project manager. So project coordinator assists the project manager in coordinating project activities, managing schedule, tracking progress, and communicating with the team members and the stakeholders. They may also be responsible for administrative tasks such as documentation and reporting. Before I finish my class, so many students start getting jobs as project coordinators. Project scheduler or planner. The project scheduler is responsible for developing and maintaining project schedule, timeline, and milestone using scheduling software. So project labor is scheduling software. So once you finish with our training with project labor, you should be able to apply as a project coordinator, as a project planner. So, like I said, Microsoft Project, Primavera, and they all call project planners. So this is what you do as a project planner. You use tools, all these scheduler or softwares to plan a project. Coordinator, you are like assistant in any kind of assisting administrative tasks within the project. You assist the project manager to do that. Then we have business analysts. In a project, we have business analysts. A business analyst who works closely with stakeholders to identify project requirements, gather and analyze data, and develop business case or project charter. They translate business need into project objective, scope, and deliverable, ensuring alignment with organizational goal. So they determine what needs to be built. Business analysts, they see a solution, a problem, they find a solution to that problem, and then they decide what needs the scope, the actual scope. So you, the project manager, you are not the person determining the scope of work. In most cases, business analysts must have done all the dirty jobs, all the workshop, all the solution evaluation, and say, this is what we're going to build. And this is it. This is how much it's going to take. Most cases, business analysts have done the costing, everything, market research, and say, this is how much it's going to cost us. You, the project manager, your own is to start executing the plan. Risk manager, in some cases, you have a separate risk manager. But it's rare these days to see somebody that just say, I'm a risk manager. So project managers are risk managers as well. You take the risk. Risk managers identify and assess and manage risk throughout the project lifecycle, developing risk management plan, strategy, and mitigation measure to minimize the impact of potential threats or uncertainties on project success. They analyze the risk factors, prioritize risk, and monitor risk triggers to implement timely intervention. So this is what you do as a project manager. So don't, I'm not encouraging you to think you are going to see a separate risk manager. But when you have some big corporation, you might see risk manager. But you manage all the risks alone on your own. As a project manager, you are trained to manage risk. Quality assurance manager, yes, quality assurance manager, in most cases, you are going to see them in the site, but rarely you see them now, because this is what business analyst does as well. Project managers as well, you are trained equally to understand the quality. So the quality assurance manager ensures project deliverable meets quality standard and customer expectation by developing quality management plan, conducting quality audits, and implementing quality control measure. They monitor project processes, identify areas of improvement, and implement corrective action to ensure project quality and performance. Yeah, you can still see, we call it QAs, quality assurance managers. There you see them. But in most cases, you are not going to see them. So you must know how to measure quality. So there's what we call in Agile acceptance criteria. Every piece of work you are going to do or task must have a measure to make sure that it meets the standard. That's a way of quality audit as well. Change management specialist, yes. The change management specialist facilitates organizational change, initiates related to project implementation by assessing change impact, developing change management plan, and engaging stakeholders to ensure smooth transition. They communicate change objective, address resistance to change, and support stakeholder adoption. So change managers are people who, because before you want to initiate a project, you see people agitating, like most cases, process improvement. People do not want to move away from their comfort zone. It's not always easy to start a project. So when you start a project or about to start a project, there are need for constant consultation. for people to, concur. That's why you see, if government want to implement one policy, you see consultation, series of consultation, different group of people talking to them to support a particular project or support a particular initiative. Because you see people demonstrating. They don't want change. For instance, in Nigeria, they want to use electronic voting. Some people might say we don't want electronic voting. Electronic voting is a big project. They start demonstrating. So it's the duty of the change management specialist to make sure that there is measure for sensitization, awareness for people to understand the benefits of that particular project and adopt it. Years back, I was a local government chairman. There's a project I wanted to implement. I wanted to implement a biometric attendance in my local government. Because you come to my local government, you see it was like a ghost, a burial ground, cemetery. You don't see anybody. But the amount of money we pay every month on salary is unbelievable. And you don't see people doing the job. You don't see people that earning the salaries. You say people should come to, even the local government is there, nobody's coming to even sweep the local government. That's okay. We use biometric. Those who come to work, we capture them through biometric. That biometric automatically becomes our payroll register. If you don't come, no pay for you. If you come in the morning, you go and put your finger, it capture you. When you close, you are going home, you go and put your finger, it will capture you. It will automatically calculate how many hours you work in a day, and that's what you are getting paid. And there's massive protest in our local government. Massive. Even though I carried out heavy sensitization to let them know the importance. But the issue is that the ghost workers are more than the people even working. You have so many people in London and America, in Lagos, different parts of the world working in that local government. And they are, all they know that every month we pay them. They are not even in Nigeria. And that is why the whole system, so I said, no, I cannot be part of this arrangement. That is what we call change. He said, what's a big change I try to bring? And that is what we call resistance to change. Resistance to change, yeah? Addressing that what you do, address resistance. Resistance to change. And yeah, that's what this particular young man here, change manager, that's what they do. And we have project management office, PMO, is another big role. They are not project managers. Project management, every organization should have a unit, a department called project management department or project management office. Do you know why? If you come to an organization, you can have up to 30 projects. Some organizations have up to 30 projects going on at the same time. 30 projects, 30 different project managers going on at the same time. And the company will want every project manager and every project delivery to be of the same standard, to be of the same uniform. So what these people do is that they monitor all the projects going on and make sure that everybody is complying to the standard, project standard. At times they develop templates. They say you must use this template. At times they say you must use this tool. I might come now and say, my name is Mr. Charles. I'm managing projects for so many years. I'm going to use FreeCamp. They say, no, Mr. Charles, can't use FreeCamp. Here, what we use here is Microsoft Team. That's what we use. And that's okay. That is compliance. I was okay. I want to use Project Labor. They say, no, you are not using Project Labor. What we use here is Microsoft Project. You come here and say, as a business analyst, I've worked in Meta, I've worked in Google. They say, yes, we know that. You cannot use Draw.io, or you cannot use Lucid Charts. You are going to use Visio. That's what we use here. You see, they want standardization. Everything they want to affect a particular standard, control, compliance, audit. There are people working in this office, project management office. We call them PMO managers. So we call some, at times we just call them PMO. So the PMO managers oversees the project management office, which provide governance, support, and oversight for project management practices and standards within an organization. They establish and maintain project management methodologies, tools, processes, and provide guidance and support to the project managers and teams to ensure consistency and alignment with organizational goals and objectives. That's what they do. They are compliance officers. And that is where we end it for today. So resources, we're looking for more resources on project management. If you go to PMI, have a lot of articles, a lot of things going you read. Have International Project Management Association, IPMA, this is their website. We'll have another project management body of knowledge. It's a very big textbook. It's pmi.org. That is where you can get it. So conclusively, project management is critical discipline that drives success in organization across all industry. By understanding its fundamental key concept rules, you will be better equipped to navigate complexities of project execution and deliver successful outcome. So thank you for being part of us today, and hopefully you'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Charles. Sorry, I have a quick question. Sorry, I have a quick question, sir.
We're coming to that. We're coming to that. Hang on.
All right.
Yeah. So if you have question, you raise your hand, and I'll call you one after the other. And yeah, raise your hand. Okay. From the hand raised, we'll have Namani Ifeyinwa. Please be
Okay.
fast. Other people
Okay.
are waiting.
Okay, a quick one. Thank you for the section. Okay, I saw a scenario where a project manager was not sacked, but from what happened, he went behind and sought out some vendors and others because he wanted to follow the procedure, the company's procedure, but they were taking time. The vendors were taking time. So he went to the backyard and did something. So upon investigation, the company were like, they they gave him query, asked him why didn't he follow. But my question here, in a scenario where the vendors and suppliers used to take time and you said, okay, and your customer, that's the people you are managing their project, they are on your neck, like they want the project to be done, what will you do?
There's what we call, you are a project manager, there's what we call line management. Yeah, line management. These are part of the risk we are talking about in project management. If you identify this is a risk, if you see that kind of risk, there's mitigation to manage that risk. If it's something you cannot handle, you escalate it to the line manager. It could be the project management office. You escalate it to project management office. You can escalate it to the senior project manager. You can escalate it to the project sponsor. There's a line management, there's a way. If you find something, you report, escalate it. They already, if you lodge it, escalating it, and they couldn't handle it, then it's obvious that it's not your making. But you going behind the cutting corners is not allowed. That's why I already talk about project management office. They have standard. If there is something, there's a risk. That's why it's a risk. He's a project manager, but he's not a good risk manager. He doesn't know risk management. He must have logged it as a risk. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about. We are going to be having meeting with the stakeholders or the line managers or the project sponsors. We call it project status update. If there is a risk you can't handle, you can escalate it. You can equally talk about it in project status update meeting. That in your meeting, you tell them this is a risk, the vendors are not doing this and that. What do I do? So you are a leader doesn't mean you take decision alone. You have to carry your stakeholders along. When you have challenges, escalate it to stakeholders. You must not. They are not there. They train you to solve problems. They train you on how to bring people together to resolve problems or to manage. They did train you to go and deliver, to go and do. As a matter of fact, it might not even be you have procurement. You have procurement department. You are not in the position to go and even start sourcing. No, it's not your duty. Only if is exclusively contained in the project charter that it does all these things. But in a very standard company, you have procurement. So you have anything you need to buy, you go through the procurement office or procurement unit. You want something for your team, there is a store, you make a requisition, you write it. So through the requisition, through the procurement, they get it for you. That's how it's done. Okay. We have Lady Ngozi here.
Good afternoon, sir, and everyone.
Yeah.
I just want to have one or two questions. When you were talking about project plan tools, you mentioned Project Libra, and then execution stage, you mentioned Jira. Are we going to be exploring other tools aside these ones, or we're going to restrict our?
This is what if you know about these ones, you should be able to learn about. There are millions of project tools out there in the market. We are here for a serious. We are not here for exploration. It's not a theory class. So we get the best that can. Once you know how to use this one, you should be able to use others. We don't have time for exploration.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Chisom Igwe.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Charles. Thank you for this section. I really enjoyed myself. I want to paint a scenario also that is a little bit close to the first person that asked question. So in this situation now, so there's this our a company I work for. So now I was representing the role of a project manager. So, but the issue I have, because I love success and I like to deliver. So I have some kind of constraint or some impediment, that I was trying to, navigate or avoid, which is like you made mention of a standard organization. So I don't consider this one to be a standard one. Why? Because it's just restricted to head of operations, So this head of operations, when money is released to me as a project manager who is going to plan this project and all, he would tell me to send the money, the whole money that is sent to me. For example, like I have this granite replacement. I work with telecommunication at then. I was working. So my projects include granite replacement on site. So a certain amount of money, maybe 10 million or thereabout, to be released to me for a number of sites across the nation to manage. But this my head of operation will now come to
Your
me.
network is breaking up, or is it my own?
I think they can hear me. So this my head of operation will come to me behind and now ask me to push the whole money to a certain guy who is going to disburse this money to these people. Meanwhile, I'm going to still go ahead to plan the project. Now, that was a setback for me, or it was delaying my delivery date or my time, because this person is going to, disburse this money not according to people that will help me achieve within the timeline. He's going to do it the way to suit him, and at the end of the day, not giving them enough money to execute this project well. Because one thing is to give them this money, another thing for them to do something that customer will accept, because we have a kind of a platform where you upload all these jobs done, so customer will go ahead and approve them that they are all complete. So now this thing is costing me a lot of delay. But when I do it by myself, I know people who are going to deliver within the timeline, so I will start with them in order not to increase pressure from the customer. So while I start with them, they are delivering, I'm submitting, and I'm meeting my timeline.
So this particular man, what is his position?
He's the head of operation.
Within the I'm not saying within the organization. We're still going to come about stakeholder because we have organizational stakeholders and we have project stakeholders. So in the organizational stakeholders, he's the head of operation. You say that. In that project, what is his role in the project? Is he the project sponsor?
He's not the project sponsor,
So
but what I think,
sponsor? Who are you reporting to directly?
I'm reporting to head of project, not the project.
Why didn't you escalate it to the head of project?
Because the head of project is also working alongside with him. So even if I go to him,
And if the head of project work ahead alongside with him, good and fine. If the project failed, the head of project is the line manager. He's the project sponsor. Yeah, a lot of things are not going well there because I can see there's a lot of conspiracy. But the head of project is kind of, they are using you now as a scapegoat. If anything happens, the head of project will attack you. He will just say, no, you are the project manager.
Yeah.
And he will say you didn't report to him, but
Exactly.
he knows what is going on. So
exactly.
You should root everything you are doing, write it in paper, let it be transparent through the head of project. If the head of project decided to do it the other way, Good and fine. But the operations manager there shouldn't be, that's why we have what we call project charter. And that's why I talk about stakeholder management. These are the stakeholders we are talking about. They are dangerous stakeholders. There's a way to handle such stakeholders. In a project charter, the project charter will state everybody's role, everybody's position, what everybody is supposed to do in that project. If he comes to you and tell you do this, you tell them, no, I'm not gonna do that. Because it's not in the project charter. Your name is not even in the project charter. Yeah. As a project manager, you need to stand your ground. That is the problem some of us are having. Because you are scared you will lose your job. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that's maybe the but you have to, it's not even a part of your project. And they will drag your project down. Everything will be on your name, your reputation, not them. So these are group of gang, you know. These are clandestine gang in your organization. So you be careful how to manage them, but make sure that you need, these are the issues we're having. We're talking about stakeholders. These are difficult stakeholders. If you have a project charter, that's why when we're talking about not being a trained project manager, if you're already a trained project manager, you have a project charter. If the man comes and say, no, this is not within the project charter, you ask what is project charter. Then you even start, you will go back a bit and know, and if you escalate it, the next meeting, you tell the project sponsor, this man has been disturbing me. And he's not even in the project. You are challenging the whole status quo now. We are shaking the table now. And then everybody will run away. This is a gang. They have been using, doing a lot of clandestine activities, siphoning money and things like that. But you have to be careful. Yeah.
Okay, sir, no problems. I had to just I couldn't deal with them anyway, so I had to leave the project, man, for my sanity's sake.
Yeah. So well, you could have challenged them. Yeah.
I did, but when I realized that the two were working together, so this one doesn't even have a say. He keeps referring me to the other person, and because I told him that
because they know you do not know project management. If they come, if you teach them one, or if you call two documents, they will run away. You can even escalate it. Yeah, the only person you can escalate it is your line management, which is him, the sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've escalated, but let it be documented. That even if who tell you that it's an organization. So at times we'll have project audits. That's why I have project management office. They audit project activities. You can escalate it to project management office. For instance, if you are a permanent, you can be an organization, they did not hire you. For instance, the line manager did not hire you. You are working for an organization, you are not working for him. You can escalate it to project management office. But if all of them is a gang of, the gang is connected to a cartel in that, yeah, good and fine. Maybe you can leave them. There are so many
that's what I had to do, because you can't give me money and you want me to send it to someone else. I'm the one company will be held responsible for the accountability of that same fund.
Even so you are not even supposed to handle money. Yeah. We have, like I said, the procurement unit. There is a way as a project manager, well, I don't know the way, but there's a way things happen and everybody will be in the same position. And project will move well. But when everybody want money, everybody want to, you see, the intent now, everybody, they are not about project delivery. They want to hijack the money. And that's why we'll have poor quality project delivery in Nigeria, because they are not even interested in the projects. They're already interested in how to siphon the money. And if you are not trained well or intelligent enough or experienced enough, they will siphon the money and you will not even have anything to work. You will see everybody will complain, but the money has gone and they've diverted the money. So if there is no structure, there is no organizational structure in so many companies in Nigeria. All you can just see is pipe where they are draining the organization in the name of projects. And even the project managers, so many of them, if like someone like you, they are looking at you joining them. They will come, they will give you your own small share, everybody will share it and will go. And the project will not be done.
Okay, sir. No issues. Second question is this this material for today's learning, is it going to be handy today for us to also go through before tomorrow's class?
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to share it. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
No problems. Thank you, everyone. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Charles.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Charles.
Thank you.
My questions were already asked and answered properly. Thank you, sir.
All right. No worries. Yeah.